All right, hello everyone. It is time for another video, and today, unlike this picture, it's not going to be all roses and sunshine. That's right. We got a bit of bad news today, and we got a bit of other news today. So let's talk about what is up, AP and convention, or subsequently with Worldwide. So first off, producer live letter. Producer live letter this time around, basically a little bit of a circle jerk of the 4th anniversary campaign has finally begun, November 1st. Congratulations to everybody. We'll be giving away some stuff. There's plenty of content planned. If you watch the stream, you've heard all of this before. Next up, there is a little bit in here about November's Character Quest 2, which is basically preen and only preen. And this might indicate something, probably doesn't though, so moving on. Next up, limit burst upgrades. Now this actually is pretty interesting. So we have Whisper. Whisper is actually getting her upgraded in the second week. Regular Jaden is getting his limit burst upgraded in the second week. And Flag Glassy, of all characters, is actually getting its limit burst upgraded, which is interesting because Flag Glassy is not particularly a weak character. Her limit burst is quite unique, and she's overall still very, very strong, a triple S character in my opinion. So her getting her limit burst upgrade is really, really, really painting the picture that Wind is going to be insanely strong for the next month or so, and beyond. Fourth week, Luasa, regular Glassy and Oberyn are all getting their limit bursts upgraded. Sorry, just a little tired here, and I might still be tired because that name is just not clicking with me. I think it's Luartha, but it's not Lucio, so yeah. Continuing on, let's take a look at, there's just basically the game updates, which we've talked about in a previous video. And then we get to the 7th video, or the end of this, which I think is a little maybe more interesting. Our service will continue into the future past the 4th anniversary. There are new features, scenarios, and collaborations already in development. One would hope so. The entire management team is working hard to make sure that everyone feels that celebrating the 4th anniversary is awesome. Until then, we're leaving you with this producer's live letter. All right. So now let's talk about the actual stuff we have to talk about today. And it is most assuredly stuff, because taking a look through here, you'll see some Lapis bundles. You'll see the double Lapis for JP has refreshed, which it does every year. Not too terribly much to talk about there. But now we're going to talk about the 4th anniversary banners, which this year are, in my opinion, a steaming pile of goat shit. Boy, oh boy, this is pretty rough. First off, we essentially are getting shard banners being sold as it's some kind of amazing thing. 2,000 for regular shards and 1,000 for like character orbs, and neither of these things are particularly that appealing. I do believe there's something about selecting a couple, but even if, like, this is just uninteresting, and really I don't think it's that helpful. And then you have basically kind of the same thing with vision cards, and neither of these are particularly interesting, and neither is this, and that's it. So yeah, there really isn't too terribly much to say here, except that I think that the 4th, at least this batch of 4th anniversary banners, I assume there'll be more on the 14th. You're not missing anything on the first batch. The first batch is quantifiably awful and not at all good value, and I hate it. And I mean, like, I know you're getting like a bunch of 120 shards, but I just think that it really isn't that appealing. And, we're not even getting select a character or select a vision card, which is really, really poopy, and I hate it, and I hope it fails, and they don't earn any money off of it. Next, this is where we get into the meat of this video, because Holo Vision cards are coming, and they are coming like in a few hours to JP. So taking a look here, you know, we have the free pull for Garnet. Sure, we have Zidane. Yeah, Zidane will have a exchange, of course, as one would expect. Scrolling down here, of course, there's like all these banners that you normally see for these kind of events. So you're probably already guessing that this has something to do with Holo Vision cards. And you're right. Unfortunately, I do have to scroll away. And here we are. So first off, Vision cards, this is the first Holo Vision card banner. And while we have no details about what Holo Vision card stats are, or overall percentages, whether they're higher or whatnot, we do know that the costs are basically the same. We know that these are 60. This is a 60 cost Vision card. You'll notice something. This isn't the usual 10k step up. It's 5k that guarantees you 25 shards on the way up. And you might think, well, Umbra, why don't you just scroll down? It's not here either. Vision cards now on paid step-ups are just like characters, where you have 4,500 lapis for 5 steps, and there is no guaranteed vision card. I mean, you have guaranteed URs on here, but they are not guaranteed vision cards, like the vision card that you're actually looking for. And that's it. That's it. There's nothing else. There's nothing else to this update. So this is the dark side of Holo Vision cards, apparently, that pities are gone. And the other thing that's interesting about this page is that, you know, Zidane has a pity, and they advertise it as actually having a pity. Holo Vision cards don't seem to have a pity, or at least Gumi was really stupid enough to not put any information in the banner page or on the other page or anywhere else, which usually just means that it actually doesn't exist. And this is a bad trend because, you know, gone will be the days when we could say, hey, at least vision cards had a relatively cheap way of getting them, and they were something that most players needed, and now these Holo Vision cards just don't. And if they have no pity on it, this is pretty shit. Going back to even as far as like almost rewinding the time to year 1 when we had just no pities on stuff like this, and it didn't feel good, mainly because you can strike out really hard on these banners. I mean, it's not a 90 cost, so why the hell does it not have just a basic pity? I mean, there's going to be undoubtedly 90 cost Holo Vision cards in the future, so what? Those don't have pities either? Are they going to have even worse step-ups for those things? Like, the idea of kind of changing around and getting away with 6k paid guaranteed for the Vision card, I'm not overly against, but why get rid of the 10k free? Like, that's such a bad thing going forward. And this is pretty worrying that it's going to be like this for all Holo Vision cards, which could just mean all Vision cards. Like, this is a pretty big step backwards. So this might be the second theme of the 4th anniversary, where polls just become more and more frustrating. It's not like character polls got any improvements whatsoever. So, yeah, I'm just gonna say that this sucks. This sucks. I personally fucking hate this producer live letter because it's self-congratulatory. It's really doesn't say anything that's new, and much of anything, like whatever. But again, just not being upfront about the changes. When a week ago they announced Holo Vision cards, and I was like, well, let's wait and see. Let's see what happens. Are the costs going to be higher? Okay, the costs aren't higher. Okay, well, let's see what the banners are like and how many shards you need to master it. And boy, oh boy, tonight we're going to find out exactly what those look like in full detail. But I gotta say, congratulations on making the first one incredibly unappealing, as I don't want to pull for it, and neither should anyone else. And if you're okay with it, good for you. Good for you. If you're a whale and you're just going to pull for it anyway, you're part of the problem in this case. Vision cards don't need to do this. They don't need to be this. You guys they're already doing 90 cost vision cards, which were difficult enough on average for most people to get. We don't need regular vision cards being just as shitty. That is not the way forward. Especially with the number of 100 cost characters coming this month. Like, this is just another jack up to the price. This sucks. For people who thought I was being too passive, no, I was just waiting for actual proof that they were screwing us. And here it is. Lo and behold, we have actual proof. This is the screw job over. As I've always said with Gumi and to Alim, who made FFE, there's always this glorious thing of, here are the flowers. And then later you get the slap. That's the thing. You always get the slap just a little bit later. Here it is. And we're not even done yet. There's still going to be more come in the future. So I'm not happy about this. I don't think anyone else should be happy with this. And I don't know what else to say except I'm in this video with saying it sucks, it sucks, it sucks, it sucks, it sucks. It sucks like a ghost vacuum. Like a vacuum to suck up fucking... It's just trash. Thank you so much for watching. Later this evening, I will be doing a live stream when the FF9 collaboration is released to look at some initial details. I really don't want to pull for Zidane right off the bat because of the exact reason that most people probably think that after Zidane, I'm just a little cautious that this will be maybe not necessarily a great character. So, just keeping an eye on it. Either way, Fly Glassy and Sonali looking like amazing stuff. Oh, we got some compensation for more main already run. 4th anniversary, something's gonna break. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching. Take care, and let me know in the comments below. Are you okay with the Holo Vision cards not having pities or, of any kind? And we'll get more we'll make another video with more details. No. See ya.